Gotta say, I love it when I leave myself a gift like this on a video that is so long that I have to make a series out of it. But damn, that's just gorgeous. Look at that face. Lovely. If I remember, that is definitely going into the thumbnail.
The supposed transitional forms are what are known as the missing links.
Ah, that's where we left off. The supposed missing links that aren't missing and definitely do link humans to a common ancestor with other modern apes. And the thing is, missing link is a massive misnomer anyway, because every possible stage is a link between two things, and is missing until it's found, and then it's just a link. But really, you should just forget about linking humans to apey boys. Transitional fossils that show gradual changes over time are all that we need to show evolution of humans, and we found more than enough of those to show evolution, making your entire argument completely moot. Hell, we could eventually find that they aren't actually linked to apes at all, but a set of sentient cars, and it wouldn't make evolution any less true. If a little bit surprising in its discoveries.
But the truth is, there is no missing link. There's nothing to link apes to human.
Well, that's just a lie. Why do you think that they think that humans are in any way, shape or form linked to apes? And by linked, I mean humans are apes. It's not just evolution. Even if there were no transitional forms of something to human, there's still genetics and the like that show very clear links between humans and other primates. Do you think they're just making it all up? Why would they even do that?
The supposed transitional forms simply don't exist, except in the imagination.
Ooh, Kirk, you don't want to start throwing around words like imagination. That's dangerous territory for you there, man. A less affable fellow than I might start saying things like, and exactly where but imagination land do your ideas on the existence of humans, among other things, come from? But I would never say that, because I'm such a lovely piece of shit.
Of evolutionists who want to justify their theory.
Hey, that's not how that works, you absolute Burke, Kirk. Oh, hey, that rhymed. But no. Sick mad, cause Kirk bad. Damn it, stop rhyming. Right. No, that is not how that functions, Mr. Cameron. They don't just make things up and say, ta-da, this proves my point. There are people who do that, but for the life of me, I can't think of any names off the top of my head. But anyway, no, in science, they actually have to have solid evidence of their ideas and can't just quote random ancient texts as proof. Again, I can't remember who does that, but I'm sure it will come to me soon.
For instance, the amazing discovery of Lucy. But now, nearly all experts agree that Lucy was just the skeleton of a 3-foot-tall chimpanzee.
Wow, I really gotta find a new funner way of calling you a liar, cause that word is gonna lose all meaning by the end of this video if I don't. No, Kirk, it's right there on your own goddamn picture. That is Australopithecus afarensis. And if I pronounce that right, I'm rewarding myself with a little bit of whiskey. A rare treat, I know. But no, absolutely no one agrees that it is just some small chimp. The species is extinct. Do you know what aren't extinct? Modern chimps.
Or Nebraska Man. They created an entire skeleton with arms, legs, feet, hands, even facial features when all they really had was one tooth.
Ugh, Nebraska Man. This one's gonna be fun. At the basic level, it's a whole heap of who gives a crap. The tooth was misidentified and someone drew an artist impression of what a creature with that tooth might look like based on another known species that no one thought was definitely what it looked like and is not considered a piece of evidence for anything. And hell, the misidentification was retracted not long after. And who gives a crap about a drawing? The only reason anyone cares about this now is because people like you see it as a big mistake that evolutionists in general all made. and were falling over themselves to hide or use or whatever the hell made up shit you lot are trying to say this time.
Which later was found to be the tooth of an extinct pig.
Okay, great. So what? How does one mistake debunk the entirety of evolution? A retracted mistake. A mistake that has been corrected by your own admission. Almost as if science actually wants to be as accurate as possible. How many retractions for all the stupid garbage that you have said over the years have you made? Have you ever done that? Do you even know enough about a subject to identify when you have made a mistake? I somehow doubt it. By the simple fact that these videos keep getting uploaded onto various websites by your organisation, it says it all, really. I mean, leaving it up would be one thing, but you clearly have so little idea how wrong you are all the time that you think these things are fine to just upload completely unedited. Which is why, even though they are 1,000,000 years old, I have absolutely no compunction on tearing them apart. For the 80 millionth time on YouTube. That, and it's still really funny when it's not being really aggravating.
Or Piltdown Man. The jawbone turned out to belong to a modern ape.
Okay, so here we have an actual legitimate scam. Legitimate scam. That people a zillion years ago thought was real and generally accepted, although not all of them. And then about 50... No, wait, I keep forgetting that it's actually not the 2000s anymore. Nearly 70 years ago was proven false and chucked in the bin. Because we have this technology thing going on that advances and will often, eventually at least, actually prove things to be legit or not. And as science tends to do, it discards that which is untrue. Now, what part of that one thing out of an unbelievable amount of evidence for evolution that has been proven true time and time and time again has even the remotest amount of impact on the fact of evolution? Oh right, it's none of it. You moron.
And of course, Neanderthal Man, whose famous skeleton found in France over 50 years ago was that of an old man who suffered from arthritis. Hardly scientific proof.
Would you stop making me look stuff up? Sick, damn it. You know what? No. What's the point? It doesn't matter. Even if every single one of these was absolutely fake or wrong or whatever, it does not matter. It is a fart in a hurricane compared to the sheer, mind-shattering quantity of evidence that isn't any of those things. Seriously, imagine if we thought gravity wasn't real because some people got some things wrong about it / made up stuff about it that today was unequivocally proven wrong, and not a single credible person used those ideas as proof of anything. If someone told you that gravity wasn't real because of that, you would think them an utter cretin. And evolution is just as much of a fact as gravity is. It just is. It happens. We know it happens. We know why it happens. And if you don't believe it, then you're a fool. No one else. Just you.
Listen to what the famous Harvard evolutionary biologist Stephen Jay Gould said about the fossil record.
Alright everyone, who's ready for some cherry picking? That's what it's gonna be, right Ray? Or are you actually going to demonstrate what they say and I'm not going to be able to instantly find the quote and tell you why the way you are presenting it is not only wrong, but could only have been so poorly misrepresented on purpose? Seriously, what is the need? I will never understand the point of lying for a religion. Like, come on, it's either true or it's not. It does not, well, should not need you to lie for it. If it needs you to lie for it, then it's wrong. And all the things that you are doing for that religion to get like an afterlife or whatever are wrong too. At least your specific one. You're not going to get anything out of it. So again, what is the point?
The extreme rarity of transitional forms in the fossil records persists as the trade secret of paleontology.
I wonder if there's more to that quote. Oh, look, there is. Things like immediately after that, he said, Yet Darwin was so wedded to gradualism that he wagered his entire theory on a denial of this literal record. And later, concluding on the point he was making, the modern theory of evolution does not require gradual change. In fact, the operation of Darwinian processes should yield exactly what we see in the fossil record. It is gradualism we should reject, not Darwinism. Oh noes, it looks like he didn't mean what you are trying to present it as. Not even slightly. You know, you would think someone who was so good at mining, in this case for quotes, would be able to go out and dig up some fossils of their own. Anyway, what do you have to conclude about that cherry-picked BS? Oh, you don't have anything to say about that. You just hope that it goes there and no one thinks to question it. Oh dear, I had to come along and be a big old party pooper by doing the bare minimum of what anyone should do before believing things random jackasses say on their stupid TV shows. What an evil piece of garbage I am. I'm not sorry.
Have you ever been mystified
By the fact that the two of you can exist in the same room with your negative IQs without them crashing into one another, causing a tear in reality, destroying the universe along with time and space? Why no, I haven't been mystified by that fact at all. I just don't think about it, because if I did, I would go cross-eyed permanently. Oh wait, oh no, I just thought about it, didn't I? Hey, where the hell's my nose?
as to why human beings and apes have so many similar features?
Uh-oh, it's time for stupid argument of the... Well, I was going to say week, but you've seen my channel. It's weird when I haven't heard something incredibly dumb within a 5-minute period. But, well, if this isn't silly as all the hecking, well, I'll just eat my nose. Wait. Now I remember what happened. Really need to stop doing that.
After all, compare our hands to the hands of apes. They're very similar, and our feet are a lot the same.
And your stupid monkey face. It's almost as if humans and other apes have some kind of common ancestor or something.
In fact, we can make many of the same facial expressions and other things that apes can do.
Yes, that's true, but I bet you couldn't beat one in a game of chess. In fact, I'm pretty sure before long you would get frustrated, knock the board and pieces to the floor before screaming and throwing your feces around the room. AKA a standard Saturday night for Kirk.
To prove this point, we hired an orangutan for the day and had some fun. Check this out.
They only hired you for the day? Oh, I thought you and Ray were partners. That's just not fair. But actually this section is genuinely quite fun and there's really not much I can say about it, so we're going to speed through most of it. But bear in mind that the ginger boy basically mimics his actions, and that's where he's going with this next bit.
Does this prove that men evolved from apes?
No, of course it doesn't. That would be an incredibly silly question from an incredibly silly man. This proves that men and apes have noticeable similarities. One might then take that observation and hypothesize that man and ape have some kind of connection. With that hypothesis, they might devise some experiments to figure out what that relationship is. With the right level of technology, they could examine the very, I want to say essence, but that's not quite right. But I might be drunk. You know what I mean. And figure out that humans and other primate boys have similarities at a genetic level. That's something that can easily prove those relations. Basic observations is usually just the very beginning. And yes, I am drunk. You try doing this without being hammered. It's not easy, man.
No, not at all. Think of it like this.
Oopsie daisy, he's talking about things he doesn't understand again. No, Kirk, what did we say? Thinking is for people, especially people with more than 3 brain cells. Now you go back to the corner and carry on eating packing peanuts, you little scamp.
Think of the biplane and the 747 jumbo jet. They're both very similar. After all, they both have wings, they both have landing gear, cockpits. Does that mean that the jet evolved from the little biplane?
Well, yes and no. Depends on how exactly you define evolution. It did not literally evolve via natural selection, of course not. Planes don't reproduce and don't have a mechanism for change over time. They are, however, iterated upon by engineers who get better and better at designing them as they learn more and more how mechanical flight works. Thing is, well, I know what you're going to say, and I'm just going to let him say it, because it hurts my brain already simply conceiving of his silliness.
Not at all. It just means they have a common designer. The designer used a similar blueprint for each one.
Nope. They absolutely do not have the same common designer unless you think all humans count as the same, and I don't. Some are awful normies, and a few awesome ones are terrible people, the best kind of people, aka fans of me. Anyway, the little one might have had a couple of designers, a few even, and the big one probably had a team, if not teams, of engineers working on it. But more than anything, I would bet those two groups never worked together, or perhaps even worked within the same time period. There's so many reasons the argument you are about to make doesn't make any sense. You need to stop before it happens.
Same with us. God, the creator of the world and the universe, is our common designer.
There's so much wrong with that sentence, you have made me unreasonably angry. You can't prove he created the universe. You can't prove he created people. You cannot prove he created anything. And just saying it like it's a fact doesn't make it so. Also, we know exactly how these things formed without the need for an interventionist god. So it makes your stupid argument even more ridiculous. But no, similar design, same designer doesn't work because among other things, and I'm sure you have been told this countless times, in this video series no less, you have to prove that God designed a single damn thing, which you can't, because, well, I hate to break it to you, but it turns out he doesn't real. I told you it was going to happen. And so close to Christmas, depending on when you're watching this. Next, he's going to find out that Santa isn't real either. What? Look, if you watch me with your kids, I'm going to ruin everything for them. It's what I do. Happy holidays. Unless it's not, when, I don't know, buy my merch and pretend it's your birthday. Wait, before you go, I have something super important to tell you. It's life or death. It will change everything forever. Nope, wait, it's gone. Oh well, probably wasn't important. But while I have you, don't forget to comment, subscribe and notify. And if you want more of my smexy voice, check out Mrs. Six's channel, Spoonstaff Stories, where I narrate and voice all the videos, and she does the work. And if you want to support the channel, check out the merch store for cool t-shirts, or check out Patreon, memberships and PayPal to support directly. Finally, follow me on the medias of social to get completely pointless guff and to keep up on the latest releases. Oh, I just remembered what I was going to tell you. Whatever you do, don't touch the